All right, looking to page 2 of the notes, you're going to notice that we're embedding a lot of vocab in here. It's words you've probably heard in the past, like right, acute, and obtuse, but we will see that coming up quite a bit throughout this. So this says classify the angles as right, acute, or obtuse. So it starts with angle SYU. So we're going to go from S to Y to U. Okay? So based on this picture, to me it would be really hard to distinguish between acute or obtuse in this one. So I would say that in this one they're most likely intending that to be a right angle. Now typically that would have to be marked, and we'd have a hard time making an assumption there without the marking. All right, so the next one is TYU. So T to Y to U. All right, and that angle, it looks very clear that that's less than 90 degrees. All right, and an angle that's less than 90 we consider acute. All right, so that's an acute angle. And then the last one here is going to be UYX. So if we go from U to Y to X, all right, that is very clearly an angle that's over 90 degrees. So that is obtuse. All right, so we have right is 90 degrees, acute smaller than 90, obtuse larger than 90. All right, moving on to the next example here, over to the right, example 4. It says wall stickers of standard shapes are often used to provide a stimulating environment for young children's room. A 5-pointed star sticker is shown with the vertices labeled. Find the measure of angle GBH, so G to B to H, so one of the points of the star, all right, and HCI, all right, which is another point of the star. So we would probably anticipate those being the same angle, all right, if GBH and HCI are the same, right, and GBH is 2x plus 5, and HCI is 3x minus 10. All right, so we know the angles, GBH is congruent to angle HCI from the given. That means that the measure of angle GBH equals the measure of the angle HCI. And that gives us this equation to solve. So if I subtract 2x, I get x minus 10 equals 5. Add the 10 over, x equals 15. All right, so that's our x value, and we got to look what they asked for, and they actually asked for the size of the angle. So we're going to take that 5 and plug it back in. So the measure of angle GBH equals 2 times the x value plus 5. We just found that x was 15, so 2 times 15 plus 5 is 35 degrees. All right, and then that is also the same for HCI because they are congruent. So we have 35 degrees for both. All right, jumping to example 5, A and B, our last two examples. In 5A, it says SQ bisects. So right there, they're telling you in code that those two angles are congruent, because bisects implies cuts completely in half. So it bisects RST, and it says find the value of y if TSR, so the large angle, is 72. All right, for the large angle, and TSQ is 5y plus 1. All right, so since it bisected, we know these are congruent, so I'm going to carry that 5y plus 1 to that side. So that means I have 5y plus 1 plus 5y plus 1 equals 72. 10y plus 2 equals 72. 10y equals 70. Y equals 7. All right, so we get our y value of 7, and it just asked for the y value in this one. So we'll go ahead and box that in and keep the 7. All right, moving to the last example for our notes today, we've got given VB bisects ABC. No pictures given, so I'm going to draw one. So we have AVC. All right, and then VB bisects. So VB, we'll mark these two as congruent because it says bisects. AVB is 3x plus 9. So I'm going to go ahead and label that. And CVB is 5x minus 27. All right, so we know that these two are congruent, so we're going to set them equal. 3x plus 9 equals 5x minus 27. Subtract the 3x over, I get 2x. Add the 27 over, I get 36. So x equals 18. All right, so that's the first part of this question. Then it asks us for the measure of AVB. So we're going to actually plug that into our 3 times something plus 9. All right, the something we just found out was 18. That's going to be 54 plus 9, which is 63. All right, so we have 63 in that spot. Now, because of bisects, we know BVC has to be the same. All right, so we're looking at a 63 for this one as well. We can also check that by doing 5 times 18 minus 27. So that's 90 minus 27, or 63. So it does check. All right, then it asks us for AVC. That's the whole angle. So the two parts are each 63. So that means the whole angle is going to be the combination of those. So we're looking at 126. All right, 63 plus 60. 60 plus 60 is 120. 3 plus 3 is 6. So we got 126. And all of these, except for the x, should be in degrees. Then it asks, is AVC acute, right, or obtuse? So AVC is 126. So it would be obtuse. Now, this brings up a really important point. Notice that the picture I drew is not obtuse. All right, so our pictures are not always going to be to scale and not always going to be representative. That's why we want to be really careful about what we assume coming from pictures. All right, so that's all the notes for today. That should set you up for the short homework assignment we have for 1-4. If you have any questions, bring them to class tomorrow or feel free to email me. Have a great day. Bye.